the best way to deal with Belial is to deal with him when he's over there, right? The only times that I've had like really good success fighting Belial feels like when I catch him on his way in, right? Belial is really, 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 really good. However, if there's one thing, right? His approach is a little linear, right? If you think about it, Belial does not have like a riding free. Belial, he has very good buttons and great move speed and an amazing 6XL and a great fireball. I get it. But he kind of does just have to run or jump at you. I'm not saying it's easy and Belial can't get in on anyone. My point is, this is good, right? Holding the space and not just letting Belial get on you for free is very important because he is not the best at cheating his way in. All right, folks, I'm going to move over here, actually, because we're doing some replay review. Back with some more Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising here for you. It has been a little bit. Since we have done a replay review. My hair is a mess. Ignore that part. And you could tell it's been a bit because we have another replay from Azur here. We did a long talk about mental last time when we watched one of Azur's replays. Now, this is about help against Belial while defending. I'm a little worried that I'm going to watch this and go, yeah, man, it's tough. Right? But we'll see. Yeah, like, I'm a little worried they're gonna be like, yeah, I mean, it's just real hard to defend against Belial, but I'm gonna try and make this as productive as I can. You might be able to tell that this is from August 1st. So, you know, the backlog's getting big. But it's fine, okay? Pre-patch Belial is essentially the same character, just a little bit worse, actually. You just can't, you know, his U fireball is worse and his M fireball is worse and shit. I guess he has the guard crush, but I won't mention it. If that happens in this, I won't mention it. And then Zoe is one of the less significantly changed characters too, is my understanding. Isn't that crazy? Dusk, yes, but okay, we've talked about it at length. Yes, yeah, it's crazy that Belial is a little bit worse before the patch that was supposed to balance the game. I know. But yeah, at this point, right, everyone's just accepted it, and we just have to move on, right? But yeah, the Zoe versus the Belial. Oh, let's read this little write-up that Azur's got for us here before we get going. Back with the Zoe, ended up reaching S+ again after the session. Got some progress, 5 gems, cool. I feel like if I press anything, I'll get far ached and proceed to die a horrible tragic death. Okay, it's fair. There are a lot of things I could have done better here for sure. Confirming medium dragon into super. There's a clash that happened that if I did SSBA, I probably would have won the set. And generally being a little impatient against Belial in neutral. Nevertheless, defending is where I'm a bit lost at. My pressure felt alright, and I think I'll only get better at it the more I work on it. Besides offense, any Belial-specific advice is greatly appreciated, as well as any advice/tips for any of the aforementioned problems. I really just stopped writing short novels for these replays. No, it's great, actually. It really helps orient my advice. But I'm trying to be as specific as I can to get the most advice possible. Yeah, it's great. Lately, I felt really good about my progress, and I want to get better at this game. S++ is the current goal. Now, I'm not sure if Azur has made it to S++ since then. I mean, I think last time I saw them, they were on Versusion, so I don't even know if they're... But, you know, we'll see. Thanks again to all those who helped me out in these posts. Cool. Yeah. Luckily for me, you know, even though I am way behind on this shit, Azur and everyone else in the community is being very nice, and you can see like 96 messages on this right here, right? People help out even when it's not me, but I'll get to him eventually, right? Well, I'm only like a month and only like 50 days behind. It's not even that bad. I think he's way worse, but it feels the same fighting her. Interesting. This is also there's like a higher quality of this, right? Yeah. Oh no, 720. 720 is doable. We can do that. All right. YouTube is great, means I can go frame by frame, I can advance, I can hit spacebar without getting kicked, it's perfect. As usual, with these replay reviews, you know how it is. We're always going to, the first thing we're gonna look at all times, if you get hit, if you lose your turn, right? And even though the general title was advice about defending against Belial, this will still be a holistic review of everything Azur's doing right here. Tubby, also. Oh god, if you got anything Zoe related that you notice here, please let me know. Obviously, you'll be able to speak better on her than I do. Just if it's only relevant pre-patch, you don't really mind about it too much. I mean, here, you just like kind of... Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a frame trap Belial can do, right? Like, he can't just, like, Asmodeus like this. Like, you got counter hit here for just mashing on it. I mean, like, I don't think it's a horrible idea. It's just good to remember that sweep is cancelable, right? So even though, in theory, yeah, he's, like, minus... I don't even know how much if he doesn't cancel it. Effie Dietrich, thanks for the follow. Even though he's, like, minus probably 10 or 12 or something, if he doesn't cancel that sweep, he can cancel it, right? So, be a little bit careful. Diamond's super important, yeah. And Brave countering to get, Brave countering to get Belial off you. We'll see if that becomes, it's definitely useful, but you also might want to save it for some scarier spots here, right? Okay, Dragon, sure. Yeah, I mean, so this is more so, probably just like a reaction problem. You didn't quite notice that he was, like, doing this by the time you were just kind of 6XLing preemptively, right? But just, you know, been enjoying the YouTube content, happy to catch the stream. Hello, Effie. Hello. Yeah, I think this is more so like, I don't think you even reacted to this at all. I don't think this is like you picking an incorrect option. I think it's like we're gonna 6XL anyways and didn't look out for the parry. But if this becomes a pattern, if this Belial is parrying often, right? Do be careful about that. If you see Belial walking at you in any way, shape, or form, usually you want to either, you just want to jump, right? Jump or backdash. Okay. I'm just trying. I'm rewinding this a couple of times. I'm trying to figure out what exactly is happening in this corner interaction. So you get stomped on, right? Cool. Yeah. You tech the throw. It's good. Yeah. You hold the space. So this is something you did well here that I want to mention. This kind of similar idea of what I was talking about when I made the video that went up like a couple of days ago on YouTube. It was like a week and a half ago or something on stream. The best way to deal with Belial is to deal with him when he's over there, right? The only times that I've had like really good success fighting Belial feels like when I catch him on his way in, right? Belial is really, 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 really good. However, if there's one thing, right? His approach is a little linear, right? If you think about it, Belial does not have like a riding free. Belial, he has very good buttons and great move speed and an amazing 6XL and a great fireball. I get it. But he kind of does just have to run or jump at you to actually get in, right? 214 you Asmodeus? Or I mean, is that you Asmodeus is his neutral skin? What are you talking about? What are you? 6XH is the closest thing he's got, I guess, right? So usually Asmodeus crushes everything. Well, sure, but also it's not really something like I don't really see Belial's sticking it out in neutral too much because the range on it is not. It's not really a neutral tool. It's more of a hard call out on mashing. Still though, yeah, I've had the best experience interrupting Belial before he gets to. Right? I'm not saying it's easy and Belial can't get in on anyone, right? That's not my point, Tippo. What I'm saying is, once Belial's in your face, the answer is it's pretty fucking tough. Right? like it's real hard, right? It's like once Belial's in your face, it's real hard. So you might as well try and like do this. My point is this is good, right? Holding the space and not just letting Belial get on you for free is very important because he is not the best at cheating his way in, right? He's not like. He's just so fundamentally solid, and all his buttons are so amazing, and all his stats are so high, and his jumping buttons are great, and his 6XL is great. He doesn't have to. He can kind of just like get in anyway. But it's something. It's like the thing that is theoretically the most honest about the guy, right? More preemptive stuffing his approach. Yes. Again, like exactly what Azure does here, right? They tech the throw. They're even here, right? And immediately sticks a button out to try and get him. Again, are there things he can do to beat this? Yes. The character's really good. Okay, but this I think is a good idea. Anyway, moving on. Don't want to spend too long in this. Yeah, again, right? Great. Preemptively stuffing the approach. Very, very well done. Okay, you get back thrown here off the plus frames. Unfortunate. Okay. I know, Tubby, I saw mentioning earlier to like that dragon gauge is very useful in this matchup, laser especially. So like throwing away your dragon gauge on pressure isn't that useful, possibly. Like this fire here to like kind of just space him out and not really do anything might not be the best option. But I'm just gonna regurgitate that and not really have a strong Zoe opinion there. But Tubby's a good Zoe, so I'll just say what he said and move on. Guess what? I mean, I guess your answer here just kind of got haha funny here, right? Oh no, you 6XL. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, you got timing a little bit. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the idea. I think of you. I kind of like the idea of you playing this a little bit more mid-rangey defensively, I suppose. It's tough. I mean, Belial's got good buttons too, right? But okay, sure, lightning. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Laser beats Belial 5U. You see right there. Laser's the only zoning tool that Zoe has that beats Belial 5U. So it's the only consistent way she has keeping him out, and we see it right there, right? Laser, he tries to parry it, and Laser kills him anyway. You can get a full conversion off that. So fair enough. Yeah, I guess saving your dragon gauge, right, to spend on Laser primarily is pretty good. Okay, solid conversion. You got him in the corner now. So like, this is where things need to flip a little bit. I think good throw on the parry, but again, I'll be. So again, you just kind of throw him on wake up here, right? But at this point, if you notice it, this is like the third or fourth time Belial has used parry so far, and boy, is this we are in round 1, right? Just keep that in mind. Just keep that. We'll see how you deal with it later on. Again, so far you just threw on a wake up and he happened to parry. But at this point, this is like this Belial at least. I'll be very careful about 5U. Don't use SBA against Belial. Interesting. Oh, yeah, brave counter and then yeah. You get, you try to hit him out of it. Usually, I mean, if you get the hard knockdown brave counter, you have to hold that, unfortunately. You counter it here by the cross up, and now you're dead. I understand, like, you want to keep Belial in the corner as much as you possibly can. You don't want to let him get a turn, but unfortunately, hard knockdown brave counter, you kind of do have to hold that, especially if you don't have your DP. And I mean, I guess that's where what Tubby's talking about never using SBA, right? If you didn't SBA here, you would have had the meter to at least maybe DP him out of there, right? To keep him from getting that turn. But if Belial adapts to your preemptive strikes with 5U, then what? It is now an RP. Is it now an RPS? Yeah, yeah. Again, like, listen, man, character's good, right? But I do think it's. Yeah, but like, you know, I think it's still better to try and keep him out preemptively if you're a character with like even decent buttons, because he's just so overwhelming when he's right on top of you, right? Yeah, you are minus after that. That's the light spinning slash, right? So -2. Zoe needs to play this matchup like a true zoner. Yeah, I think I can't remember if I mentioned that or if I thought it earlier, but yeah, Zoe, I think. Really? Okay, I was gonna say, I thought Zoe, what I was gonna say, Tubby, but yeah, I'll take your word for it. I was gonna say, it feels like Zoe should definitely play this defensive, but I figured if you stood at full screen, isn't Belial's Fireball just like better than all of your zoning options? You know what I mean? Like, you wanna, I feel like you want to be at a distance where Belial Fireball is not as threatening of a tool, right? The problem with Belial, so the reason that it's, you know, the reason I don't say zone Belial out, we can react to Fireball with you Dragon. I mean, sure, but yeah, I mean that's 50 meter for a non-cooldowned option, right? The reason I don't usually like to say zone Belial is because, you know, unless you're like literally Matera or something, probably is a better zoner than you are with that Fireball. But sure, that's the idea of Zoe playing this matchup defensively, I think, is certainly correct. Okay, so this is where the first time we've been in one of these situations you're talking about, where you're just like, you feel like if you do anything, you get hit by 5H and die, right? Yeah, I mean, okay. It comes down to the more preemptive laser is hard to react to for Belial with his Fireball. Fair. He is minus after this. You do wait a little bit. You hesitate a little bit here, right? He is. I don't know exactly how minus he is on his close H. Let me look that. Let's bring up Belial's Dust Loop on the side here. Also, please don't tell me it's plus, because I'll cry. I'm pretty sure he's minus on that close H. It's not. Yeah, he's -5 on block, right? So it's pretty damn minus. It's obviously it's safe because it spaces him out so far, right? But the thing, one of the big things here is like, there's hesitation here, right? You have a long time to realize you're getting close H right now. This thing's minus, but you like you're actionable right around here, right? You sit here for a little bit and then try to hit a button. Listen, and you get far H for it. If you're gonna take your turn back on Belial, you have to do it immediately, basically. How fast are her mediums? Zoe's far M, Tubby, you know, off the top of your head. Instead of 5M instead of 2M? Is 2M faster? Whatever button you're going to use to try, 5M is 9, 2M is 8? Okay, yeah. Whatever button you're going to use to try and take your turn back, you got to be decisive on defense against Belial, basically, right? You do have to just, like, you can't, because if you hesitate, yeah, like, you know, he can always just far 5H back in, right? Pretty sure he delayed to avoid getting frame trapped? I mean, Belial's minus, you saying if you cancel it into something? Sure, I mean, but at that point, you can't. If you're going to respect the frame trap, just don't match them, right? Just down back. If you're talking about Belial canceling this into like a Fireball or something, if you choose to respect that, then just down back. Don't like go halvesies, delay a little bit, and then hit anyway, right? Either commit to you have to be decisive. Either commit to blocking or commit to taking your turn back, right? Boom, 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 boom. Sure. Big damage coming down on your forehead. But I mean, again, the answer is that this situation is horrible. For like any character loves this situation, and Belial's one of the best in the game at this situation, right? Like, it's always bad to be in the corner against someone, to be on defense, and even more so against Belial. But trying to minimize it as much as we can here. Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously a big thing here is so I figured I was going to talk about this at some point during this, right? But a big thing here is definitely just like, at a certain point, you need to learn how to fuzzy match, right? You need to learn how to, basically, you need to learn how to delay match in the sense that if they leave a small gap and frame trap, right, you'll block. If they have a big enough gap, your button will come out, right? This is not quite so useful if he's like spaced out of the range of all your buttons, like with that close H. But like in general, right, like right here, where he 6XLs, you try to hit a button and you get to counter it by 2M, right? Like right here, right? Like if you assume that if you thought he was gonna like run in and throw you or otherwise delay or something like that, right? You guess that and you get counter hit. So again, fuzzy matching is difficult in the sense that learning the timing is not very easy. I myself am still not very good at it, to be honest with you. But I haven't like put it high enough on my to-do list, and it really should be basically the highest thing on my to-do list. But it's really, if you're gonna guess, if every single time Belial gets plus frames, you are going to guess whether he's going to run in and delay and steal a turn back or something, or you're going to, or whether he's gonna frame trap, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. This is gonna happen to you over and over and over again. You're gonna counter it like this, and he's gonna die over and over again, right? So, learning that OS, trying to get some sort of timing down, at least even on like one aspect only, not all the time, just on like, you know, getting a timing down for like 6XL, right? Getting a fuzzy match timing down for you know 6XL, and then you can block for long enough that if you like immediately 2Ms or like 6XLs again, even because the gap between those is not very big, right? You'll block, but if he like runs in and throws or something, you'll hit him, right? Like, you don't have to be like perfect at it, but the idea is very important, I think, even though it is a little bit more of an advanced concept generally. Because again, otherwise it really does come down, it really does come down otherwise to guess, right? When Belial has you in the corner, you have to guess over and over and over again, and then react when he gives you the openings. And sure, but that's not really good advice, right? Okay, a lot of spinning slash in neutral. Using 2M to poke out, do not cancel it into Rekka. Because what? Because all the follow-ups are unsafe. You're minus now and you're close again, versus being minus and far away with 2M, I suppose. Of course, the problem there is Belial far H, right? Belial far 5H means if you're minus ever, it is his turn anyways. Use L Dragon instead. Okay. That's the one where you just launch it out, right? You're less minus? Okay. And I guess it has more pushback too. Yeah, round start spinning slash right here. I'm not really... I feel like this is mostly a reaction check anyways, right? Like, even he just happens to round start 668 and kill you for it here. Like, even if he hadn't, I mean, he really could just also 2H you and shit. I know it's like the idea of, I don't want to let Belial get a turn, so I'm going to do it myself. But if you try and out belligerent Belial or something here, he's just better at it than you are, right? So maybe be a little bit careful about that. Okay, sure. Yeah, like, see, like, like right there, he leaves a gap, right? He leaves a gap and you hit him for it. But again, this is more so you kind of just happen to guess correctly. Yeah, Belial's DP is relatively hard to punish, but you gotta be doing those. 6XH is risky, but sure. Gotta assert it every now and then, I suppose. Yeah. Couple of 6XL just a little bit spaced poorly a little bit there, right? Yeah. And he punishes you. Not really a Belial thing. That's like, you know, make sure. I guess the only Belial thing here is he has a really, really good whiff punish tool in far 5H, right? But still, just be careful with your spacings right there. Okay. Sure, Unk check works out decently, I suppose. Take a brave point off him, not bad. Okay. Oh, he doesn't punish you. Yeah, that's -8, and I think his 5H is 9 frames. Sure. Like we talked about, maybe saving the Dragon Gauge for laser, but. Yeah, you know, what goes around comes around, I guess. Just didn't react to the Raging Strike. Why'd you get hit here, by the way? Oh, it's okay. Yeah, in the clash. Sure. Yeah. Could have done better in that clash. I think you mentioned that particular clash in the write-up too. He can 5M punish. He might not know. What are you talking about exactly, Tubby? Who's he? Belial can punish 5Ls from Zoe, or? Okay, sure. Yeah, laser seems pretty good, I guess, to hold space. I definitely understand what Tubby's getting at there. Saving your Dragon Gauge. Laser does seem very important in this matchup. Okay, sure, he jumps your throat. Yeah. I mean, again, right, you do have to, like right here is a good example of, like, you hesitate here again, right? You don't really, yeah. Oh, no, you're trying to summon a dragon. Okay, yeah, you just picked from, again, I guess this is more so at this point then. If you're picking an option that's that slow, that far away, right? You have to respect Belial far H. You can 5M punish, you might not know. Oh, you're talking about, okay, yeah, you're talking about Zoe's 6XH, yeah. You have to respect Belial's 5H, right? You can't be throwing out big laggy options from like this sort of from its striking distance, and its striking distance is disappointingly large, right? Like, yeah, you are not safe from here, right? So you gotta like, you can't be trying to do, like, I think you're doing laser there. I think this looks like the startup of, I think it's the startup of laser or something. It's some dragon special. Which one is the? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but whatever this is, make sure if you know, like, you stuck out your 5M earlier, right? Technically, it's the exact same speed as Belial's far H, but still. Yeah, 2Ms or 5Ms instead, right? Looks like M Dragon, yeah. You gotta respect that Belial's 5H is a 9-frame, like, gigantic button that'll just kill you for existing in the same zip code, right? Okay, sure. Okay, I like the lightnings every now and then. Keep them in check a bit. Yeah, it feels like you're definitely having the most success here when you play defensively until you get a hit, right? But also, yes, I mean, the 6 except for the 6/6Hs, which are not being punished by this Belial, but again, I think they're a little risky, but sure. Lobbing post-throw tech situations can notice to-do list? Yep. Again, I think that the main thing is just like, I like your idea. You're trying to like engage and hold the space. Just do it with like faster buttons, right? Again, like 2M, seemingly the suggestion from W. Yeah, 2M or 5M or something. Not Dragon. I mean, if it's working, sure, keep doing it, yeah. I think it's more so this Belial. Yeah, okay, so I mean, again, to be fair, he is just running into it, but even outside of Belial just running into laser, I definitely see the vision here, right? I think like this move does seem real good. Huh? Again, because listen, as much as I want to constantly talk about how strong Belial is, he does just kind of run at you. He's very good at that, but he does just have to kind of run or jump at you, right? Outside of trying to zone with Fireball. So I do like this. I do like the idea of laser here. I do like it. So yeah, again, even more so, remember to save that on your save your Dragon Gauge for laser. It seems like nothing else is really that useful outside of laser in this matchup. Or at least nothing else is as useful as laser. Okay, a little bit unfortunate there. Yeah, it's kind of whiffed the throw, and then kind of was in a scramble, panicked a little bit, did not spot dodge. That's fine. Laser burning my eyes. Yeah, the prismatic dragon laser. No brave points here is spooky. Yeah. So I think, for example, like something you're doing a lot is like you're running in and 6/6 selling at him a lot. I think as a baseline, as a layer 1, I don't think I would really... I don't think it's a good idea, right? If you play defensive, like if basically the 6XL is a mix-up in the sense that, you know, you're playing the slow defensive, like zoner-ish, mid-range-ish Zoe the whole time, right? And then every now and then you like change tempo and run at him in 6XL, you know, great, amazing. But in general, I think unless you already have a knockdown on this guy, I don't think running a Belial is in your favor, right? He is, first off, his 6XL is better than yours. His mid-screen damage is better than yours. He's got this parry, which can cause problems, right? Like, he's much better up close than you are, right? So I would wait until you are firmly at advantage trying to run in here, unless, again, you're using that 6XL as like a mix-up, basically, as like a quick tempo switch and hoping he wasn't ready for it. Personally played the max range zoning game, and when I go in, it's to mid-range with 2M, 5M, yeah. Yeah, Dusk is right. Why, like, okay, yeah, this is, so I guess I mention this every time, right? But I forgot to say it at the beginning of this video, because it's been a while since we've done the replay reviews. Again, there's the concept of the attacker and the defender in fighting games in general, and definitely this game is no exception. Now, here's the thing about Belial, is he can kind of do it all, sure. But again, certainly, Belial prefers being right in your face more than he prefers just throwing Fireball over and over, right? Belial's, and again, you also are Zoe, you don't have a meterless DP, you don't have great defense, like, if, like, Belial wants to be right in your face and murder you, right? So, by running in there, you are, the goal of the Belial is he has to use his, granted, very good tools to close the gap on you and kill you, right? If you're running in on him, you're doing it for him. Like, his goal in the match is being accomplished. Now, of course, your goal in the match is also, obviously, you have to get on top of him and kill him. But, again, I'd say only do it once you have advantage state. Right, once you actually, like, if he, again, yeah, like Dusk is saying, he's running into laser over and over and over again, right? Yeah, like, right here, sure. Now, if you get a knockdown on his ass, you know, once it's your turn, go in and run in on him, right? But make it, like, get that turn from the mid-range or from the long distance, I think. I mean, because, again, as funny as it is, what is my advice for this situation right here, right? Besides learn to fuzzy mash and, like, make sure you're good at reacting to command grab or MDP or something, my advice is die, for real. This is horrible. This situation is terrible for everyone, right? Again, by design, in fighting games, being in the corner here is bad. And then, again, Belial has some of the best corner pressure, some of, not the best. He has some of the best corner pressure in the entire game. So my advice here is this fucking sucks, right? So, like, there's no, I mean, yeah, so Tubby's saying you can UDP and then die, you know, better to die on your knees than, die on your feet than live on your knees. But still, like, this is horrible. Like, every time you're gonna end up here, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be, like, I think you're coming at it from kind of the wrong angle here, right? Help against Belial while defending. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying, and you probably know this by now, Azur, I understand. But it's more so, no, you just have to not get there. right? And that sounds very forehead. Just don't get in the corner forehead. But like, I'm not saying don't lose neutral. I'm saying play your neutral in such a way that it minimizes the risk of you getting put in the corner, right? Play a very defensive neutral game plan, and again, only go in once you actually have an advantage. Again, this Belial, for example, was parrying all the time, which we learned laser beats. This Belial was running into laser just for free over and over and over again, right? So for this Belial, at the very least, certainly the answer was definitely to just like stand back, charge dragon, laser, charge dragon, laser, charge dragon, laser, at least until he does something else, right? And then only go into the mid range, or only go, or even only go into the close range as a mix up, right? I'll take Tubby's word that the mid range isn't good for you here, but I will say the mid range is definitely better for you than the close range, right? So still, again, if you can't get to a safe distance to zone him out with laser, at least hold the space. Again, I mentioned it very early on, right? I love this, right? The very first thing you did on these throw tech interactions, right? Was it over here? I think so. I think it was like right here after this BC. No, I forget. There, I can't remember, but there was the one throw tech in the corner. Oh yeah, it was right here, right? Right here, and then you do this, right? That's great. That's great, right? More of this, and apparently 2M is a better button for that. Sure, it's a frame faster, makes sense, and it's also a low, so you can catch him trying to just like stand around on not blocking his toes, right? Is it a low? Is her 2M a low? I think so. It's not a low. Never mind. Okay, cool, but still 1 frame faster. Got it. Yeah, sorry, my Zoe specifics are a little bit no Megaloya. My Zoe specifics are a little bit rusty. That's my bad. Anyway, point is, holding the space right here proactively is great, right? Just make sure you're doing it with like, you know, relatively quick normals like your mediums, and not like throwing out dragons from this close distance, because his far 5H will kill you. But like, play a defensive mid-range game like this, right? Play a defensive zoner game, and then only once you actually get a hit, like for right here, for example, if you had Rekka or something, go into Rekka, get the knockdown, do whatever, right? On hit, right? But only once you do that do you go in close. Again, unless you are doing it as a mix. But I would wait until you really feel like you need to. Like, don't do that as a layer 1, right? Do that like once they start adapting to you, right? Which this Belial was not really doing. Like, when you were standing back and you did like 3 or 4 lasers in a row at some points, and he ran into all of them, right? And it sounds like kind of a cop out. I understand to say, like, you know, help defending against Belial is don't do it. But really, man, it really is that bad. Again, I will say the only like practical piece of information I'll give you is make sure you're being decisive, right? If you're gonna try and mash, take your turn back, do it. Don't hesitate. If you're going to respect the frame trap, or gonna respect the plus frames, or gonna respect him doing 5H or something, then down back, right? We saw 1 brave counter, Tubby, yeah, but not a ton of usage of gems. But yeah, so be decisive on defense, whatever you're doing, right? Don't hesitate, because Belial's frame data is so fucking jacked up that if you give him like an extra, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames, you going, well, should I? You're going to hell, right? You're going to hell. That's where it feels like every time you do anything, you get 5H'd, right? Because it will happen. So, yeah, I guess to summarize, right? You are the defender in this matchup. Try to defend. Like like defense against Belial is not. Maybe it's what you're talking about actually, but defense against Belial is not once it's his turn. It's you play defensively in neutral, right? You play defensively in neutral. You keep him out, right? And once you get to the corner, learn how to fuzzy mash, or you know, again, just be decisive. If you're gonna guess, be decisive. And if you can learn the OS, right, then even better. That doesn't save you, by the way. But it makes it a little bit easier, at least, on like the basic shit, like just like regular old like 6XL into once you learn the timing to fuzzy match that, which it does vary player to player, but like once you have like a decent idea of fuzzy mashing, right, you can at least be a little bit less worried about that situation. But besides that, more brave counters, definitely a good point. I had mentioned it throughout the video, but someone pointed it out at the end there. I think it was Tubby again. More brave counters is a good point, certainly. More dragon laser, not just in terms of the defensive thing, but in playing this matchup defensively, but this guy in particular was parrying over and over and over again and running into you over and over and over again, and laser was working great, and you just didn't use it enough, right? So more laser until the Belials actually show you they know what to do about it, right? They start spot dodging it or something and closing distance. And yeah, it's tough, man. But more of this too. I'm gonna say once again. This will be the last thing I repeat. I know I've been repeating myself a lot, but more holding the space preemptively too, right? There's kind of there's a descending order of horrible here, and when he's right in your face, it's the worst. right? You can there's risks here. He can 5U it. He can use Modius to crush it. Sure, why not? But you gotta keep Belial away from it. Because again, for the last time, once you're here, the only real answer is you die, probably, right? Especially with no brave points, like happened right there. So, but yeah, I think let's take a quick look at what everyone else is saying real quick. You aren't using your normals enough to extend your pressure. You stopped representing the option to grab a tree text at once. Okay, interesting. I really think about what I wasn't really focusing too much on what Azure could do when it was her turn, right? But use 6XL more once you start throwing him. Sure. Means he can't parry you on approach. Well, parry does lose to 6XL, but we're saying like, oh, we're saying the throwing beats parry. Okay. Yeah, sure. You can RPS it with that. Yeah, sure. You should use the dragon in some of your block strings. Never start with an unsafe option on round start that can be beat on reaction. This is the spinning slash round start, right? Be patient. Try to poke with your 2M or 2L. Yeah, okay. Got it. Using good moves. The Ford F-150. Okay, yeah. Belial's anyone's dream Shoto. Yeah, I think try about parry just a little bit more. Okay, yeah. Generally, the idea, I think, the sort of uniting theorem of mathematics here is that Belial's really good, right? And you have to play around that. You have to play recognizing there are certain things that you're like, that there's gonna be tough, right? And that's why you try to keep him away from us. He's good at every distance, but he's the best right in your face. Anyways, I've repeated myself enough for this one. Only 30 minutes for a 5-minute replay. I'll take that, honestly. Azure, you're not in chat today, but I hope this is useful to you. I'll probably ping you when if I can remember to, when this replay review actually goes live. But yeah, that is gonna do it. But this Belial guy, man, and it was crazy that I don't think this is, by the way, again, this is post pre-patch. I don't think anything really changes post-patch, right? He just gets like sometimes more reward off hitting you. I mean, I guess his U fireball is better post-patch, so he might try and do that a little bit. Just make sure you spot dodge that thing. But yeah, it's crazy that Belial is a little bit better post-patch, but most of the stuff that everything we said here still applies, basically. Hey, now, he now doesn't have to eat laser and just throws you fireball. Well, yeah, I mean, again, be on the lookout for you fireball and spot dodge it preemptively. But again, if you spot dodge it, he doesn't just get in for free. It's if you block it where things get bad. That makes it harder. Sure, that makes the long range worse than it used to be, but still, all the same ideas still apply. Anyways, that is gonna do it for this replay review. Chat, I'm not really sure. I guess we'll do more, honestly. I want to do more. I like doing, we'll do more replay reviews for a little bit here, since the servers for the game seem to be broken, but I'll just send YouTube on their way for this first video right here. So hi YouTube, how's it going? Hope you had a good time with the video. I know it was a little I feel like it was a little bit scattered at times. It's because like I'm trying to figure out, I spent too long trying to find an answer for Azure as to like, how do I survive against Belial in the corner? And the answer, really the answer that I came up with is you really don't, outside of like some OSs and like being decisive. It really is just a shit situation, so you have to get away from it, right? So it took me a while to come to that, but anyways, hope you found it entertaining or educational, regardless. But if you like the video, any kind of like, subscribes, comments, bells, all that good stuff is greatly appreciated. As always, I also stream every day from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, except for Friday, so be sure to come by and hang out. I also have a Discord if you want to join that. It's where these replays are being posted right here, so if you want to either post a replay that I will get to eventually, but, better, nicer people than me will get to earlier, feel free to do so. Link in the description down there. If you do join, though, be nice, or I'll shoot you in the head in Minecraft. Most importantly, I hope you had a great time hanging out today, as always. I know I sure did. Have a lot of fun with Granblue. Gonna be a lot more coming your way. And until then, I will see you in the next one. Peace.